Hi everybody, I'm Max.
And I'm Alyssa, and this is our testimony of how the Lord encountered us and is walking us through a season of generosity. I think one hard thing that people encounter, and we've been there as well, is when you're financially in a tight space and it's you hear this call for generosity and it's not in capacity and it's well, how am I supposed to give?
Our desire was to have generous hearts for this campaign, and coming into it with reluctant hearts that were kind of I really want to be a joyful giver, I really want to be a really generous person, but how can I do that? If I'm being honest with myself, I'm just not there.
Somebody moved in generosity and a big move of generosity in a way that I've never experienced personally. I've never received that type of generosity. And in that same moment, the Lord spoke to me and was basically you can't outgive me. I'm gonna fund your ministry, and I'm gonna get you through it. You can depend on me for anything, and I want you to step into generosity. And so he asked me for a really big ask to give. And I was I have to do this because I know this is you, and I know that you can support me through anything.
I've been hearing so much in the Bible about how God wants us to be a generous people, and the promises in that, and just what he says about loving our neighbors as ourselves. Just thinking so much on how the Lord sits on a throne of grace, and how he has the grace not just to provide for us as a providing father, but also to change my heart to be the person that I want to become. And it was just this process and this season of just asking the Lord to transform my heart, and just thinking about how it's like a garden that needs to be tilled.
So I guess since then, the Lord has just kind of moved us in generosity in a way that we have never been moved before, and we have just a deep dependence and trust in him.
We pledged an amount that we thought really was stretching us, and then the Lord has been answering our prayers and truly has been transforming our hearts. And we've been giving more than we even pledged for, and we've been giving more even outside of the capital campaign. We've truly seen a transformation of the heart.
Yeah, we're not a slave to our bank account. We're not a slave to our paycheck that comes in. We just want to give. And I think we've really caught the heart of God, which is just to love his people and to show how much he loves them, because it almost the generous heart and the generous giving, it goes beyond the capital campaign. It goes beyond Build the Barn. It's actually how much he loves other people.
And so we want to encourage everyone that as you're going through this, don't think about the sum total of the money, where if you give this much, you'll get this much from God as provider, but be thinking about how you'll truly be transformed in this spirit, and be paying attention to the amount of joy you're getting out of it, and the amount of freedom you're seeing from it, and the amount how much you're loving people more than you did before, because these are the signs of the kingdom breaking into earth.